want to go ahead and start this meeting here. I appreciate y'all showing up. I was just telling somebody the other day, it's amazing how hard you have to work so you can have fun.
Right.
And all of us are sweating and trying to get things ready, and it's interesting. So
we appreciate you guys doing all the work so we can come over and enjoy it and go home and leave you clean it up.
You know, I'm ready for Dumas to start their tractor pull. Okay, you know, that'd be nice and close. We could be over there anytime. But I appreciate it. And again, we got Pokey here. Give him a hand, everybody. He's in here every year helping us out, and it wasn't for him. He just really means a lot to our pull for him being here. Appreciate you. Pokey. All right, this is an antique and XIT antique tractor show and pull. And anyway, the purpose of this is that we're putting this on. Is our purpose is putting on a tractor pull is for education, fun, entertainment, and friendly competition. And whatever this is, we're just trying to enjoy it. And we have patience. We've got several young ones this year, and I'm really glad. And two of them are my granddaughters, all the way from El Paso. And I appreciate them being here. And they're going to try their hand out. And we've actually practiced. Okay, so we've tried. So, anyway, drivers will conduct themselves in a gentlemanly, ladylike manner. Physical threats, foul language, and else will result in we're going to kick you off. So anyway, we just don't want that going on, guys. Just none of that stuff. We want it just to be fun. We want kids around here. We just don't want to have to be careful what we say and stuff. We just don't do it. Okay, drivers have to be 14 years of age or older, and under 18 years of age must have written parental guardian permission. Any driver refusing to stop when the red flag is given will be automatically disqualified. Okay, for you guys, I'm new to this thing. Pokey he's the only one that can tell you to go, and he's the one that tells you to stop. And it's whoever's running these flags down here at the end of it tells you when to start and go. And if you're halfway through and you're doing great, he gives you the red flag, you shut her down. There's something going off. You know, we're dragging the guy driving, running the sled, or half the sled fell off, but the sled didn't go in gear, and so that's why you're doing so good coming down the track, because it's not throwing any weights on it. So there's something going on, and he sees the whole thing, and he'll shut you down if there's a problem. And so anyway, just watch him. And he's the only one that'll start you down here. When you get ready to go, you watch him. If he gives you the green flag, then you got the okay to go. All right, there's no alcohol will be permitted in the pulling areas or staging areas. We don't want anybody to get run over. We don't want any problems with that. We need to be, and then when you guys are moving around this area here, keep it under a decent speed where you can control. Because we got small kids and stuff, and older adults like myself walking out and not watching what's going on. So just don't run over us, okay? Drivers will be required to attend the meeting, which you're doing right now. The traffic patterns for the tractors will be explained at this meeting. We got two sleds, and then we'll have a list of which sled you'll be on, and it'll be in order. And you guys keep track of where you are. And we'll try to have somebody keep crossing these things off so we kind of know where you are. And we'll try to chase you down. But my guys, some of this stuff it falls back on the driver. You just got to pay attention and see where you're at. All right. And then we'll come through here, and then we'll go around, come down that hill. Kind of, if you got a narrow front end, you better take it easy going down that hill over there. So. Come back, and when you're coming back in this area here, just keep your speed down. There will be one person on a tractor during the pull at a time. Hooking and unhooking will be accomplished with the tractor in neutral, and hands and feet will be off the clutch and in the air. And the reason is that we don't want any slippage. Now, if you got an age on you, you're not going to have your foot on the clutch. Okay, it just depends what fits your deal. But we like to have it in neutral. And then that way, when you get your hands up, that tractor will not go forward or backward. Give them time to unhook. All right. All poles we start with a tight chain. If originally equipped with seats, drivers will remain seated with no bouncing allowed. Now, I've told you this, guys, if you've been here, you've heard it several times. We had one guy almost crawl up on the front end of his tractor trying to keep his front end down. We've got to keep your seat in the seat. And if that's where you can control it better, you can't control it crawling on the front end of your hood. So, okay, one pole will be allowed in the first 50 feet. Down there, there's a mark. We'll usually have a white line across there, but down that area there where the cone is, that's 50 foot. And a lot of times it's easy to get in the wrong gear, especially since you've been a year since you've driven a tractor. And so you start out in second, you think it's in first, and you get down there and you realize, oh well, that's not right. You can shut her down, we'll pull you back. You came this far and put that much effort into a pole, we want you to have a good pole. And you can't get a pole in the wrong gear. Okay, if your tractor runs out of fuel, that's not a good enough reason to have a repull. So you need to make sure you got enough fuel in there. Other malfunctions for a repull will be taken into consideration by some judges. We'll figure out who they are. All right. This is a 2-day pull, and so it'll be a total of your feet for 2 days will equal the winning results. And then we'll pull like today, the blue one's on the far one, tomorrow will be on the narrow one. And that way you'll have a chance of pulling on a different track on it. And we're going to allow about 40 pounds on the scales that you can vary a little bit, and so but don't push it. All right. So we got trash cans out here, and I'd like for you guys to keep the place clean and put your trash up. Over here on this table, I've got a yellow sheet, and I can kind of go over this thing too. But yeah, a tractor will only be allowed to be pulled 3 times per day, including divisions, weights, and operators. We put that in there because you get tired of seeing the tractor go down through here. It's a 6th time through, and they go, "Oh, here comes this tractor again." You know, we just pick out the 3 best pulls you can do and pull. All right. Wheelie bars will be not required on Division 1 and 2, and then the maximum height of 16 inches of your front end. When your front end comes up 16 inches, or whatever Pokey determines 16, if he gives you a flag, that's it. We don't want the thing to go over backwards. If you got wheelie bars, then they're set right, we'll be okay. And Division 3, the maximum speed is 5 miles per hour. And 1 and 2, the maximum speed's 3 miles per hour. My tractor runs 1.3, so my granddaughters will be fine on their speed. All right. On Division 1, 2, and 3, no radial tires, and I think on the international they got on Division 1, 2, and 3. I think it's 3. We're not going to be using the TAs on them. It just jerks the old sleds around too bad. All right. Is there anything, Pokey, anything I need to cover? Else I need to cover here? Let me, yes?
Suggestion, if it gets really dusty and all, could we get the track wetting about halfway through?
If the truck's available.
If the truck's available, maybe that would be.
What do you think, Fred?
That would be nice, like for waiting sleds or something to make a pass on the.
I think so. In between class. We'll have to do it in between classes.
Well, between weight classes, yeah. That way nobody gets.
Or maybe before the bigger tractors. Or,
yeah, maybe that way nobody gets their panties in a knot. So.
Right. No, I agree.
I agree too.
I'll see.
That's why we moved everything on this side, because my wife and everybody else on that side got all the dirt from the southwest wind, and so we had to. Thank you. I need that. Okay.
Just a request, suggestion, whatever.
No, I think it's a good idea. We'll see
towards
what we
the
can
end
do.
of the day, it gets pretty dusty, and
you know, for a while there, we were sharing the water wagon. I don't know what we're doing now, but one time we were sharing the water wagon, and when they were using it over there in the field, and we had to work between them. Okay, I'm going to go over the different divisions, the highlights of the divisions. Division 1 is totally stock. Hitch height is 16 inches. RPM is stock. No cut tires. Stock weights, no suitcase weights or weight brackets. It's just a totally stock tractor. All right, Division 2, hitch height is 18 inches max. RPM is 110%. No cut tires. Suitcase weights and brackets are okay. So that's where most of mine pull in. Division 3, hitch height is 20 inches. Max, RPM is 120% and may have cut tires, and then no shifting TA. So if there's any questions on this thing, you want to see if there's any more information, we'll work it out. But those are the major cuts on those first 3 divisions, and the other divisions.
Are these national rules? Are these those national rules you're using?
They could be. They may not. They may be local rules.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
A mix of the both.
Okay, all right. We got a mix. That's what we got. So I figure that's going to hear.
Because they're almost so strict you can't pull a stock tractor without wheelie bars and a kill switch.
well,
Okay.
that's why I'm thinking those national rules say Division 2 has to have wheelie bars. At one
Yeah.
time it did, and I don't know if it does now, but
Yeah.
15 years ago you had to have them on Division 2.
Create so much horsepower with the
Yeah.
silly things now.
Yeah, well, ours, we're waiving the Division 1 and 2s, the wheelie bars. Any other questions or stuff? Really appreciate you all being here. Yeah.
If the wheels come off the ground very far, you're gonna kill them. I mean,
Well, it's 16 inches.
unless we have wheelie
That's about my knee.
You have wheelie bars.
Yeah. But he's not going to get down there with a tape and measure. He's going to look at it and go, that's 16.
Fair enough.
All right?
Well, you're
So,
hurting yourself anyway. You're changing your hitch height so much.
okay. Any other questions? All right. Appreciate you all making an effort to be here. And we're here to have fun, and that's what we're planning on to do. And we're going to turn it over to Pokey right now.
Are we ready to, you ready to do it all?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do our prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day in Dalhart, Texas, the XIT Antique Tractor Pull. Watch over all of our participants, keep them safe, keep all the volunteers, sled riders, flagmen, everybody safe on the track. Watch for each other as you move around in the area. Bless the men and women overseas fighting to keep our country free, for without them we wouldn't be here today. Remember the thousands that died for our freedom, and the Lord Jesus Christ who died for our soul. Amen.
Amen.
Do the national anthem? Yes.
National anthem be next.
For the 25th tractor pull, XIT Antique Tractor Pull.